Hello, welcome to the show. I am ExpiredAlphabits, and you're watching my Let's Play of Hypnorain. So in the last episode, I alluded to what I'm going to talk about in this episode, which is now starting to get me there. So the reason that I like bullet hell games is because they get you into like this zone. It's like a meditative state where you stop thinking on like a superficial level, and you kind of just let your brain do the work of figuring out where to go. Like our natural like subconscious brain is better at identifying patterns than our like main ego brain. So when you play a bullet hell game and you get into that zone, the best way I could sort of describe it is it's like turning off your frontal cortex, the part of your brain that like does all the thinking. Almost like you start to just let your body do the work of playing the game. Oh man, whoops. Until you get into like a weird spot, then you have to like wait a minute and think it out. But that's what a good bullet hell game does. And to do that, like the main thing is they have to give you, all the enemies have to attack in a pattern, right? Like you can kind of see it. Those guys just now, like as they moved, they released little chicken guy. They release little spirals, and like you can see this guy, he's doing it. He's releasing spirals in just like kind of in a specific sort of phase almost. Like he releases it, and then it turns a couple degrees, and then sends another one. Then turns a couple degrees, and sends another one. And that's his little pattern that he's doing. What is this pattern? Okay, well here he kind of sets them up, and then they move toward me, which is a good change up, but you have to be careful with it. The thing still needs to like attack me in pattern. You know, it's just I sort of get to choose the pattern based on where I am. Okay, so he's setting up spirals and he's just sort of moving, and then they attack kind of where I am. Right, that's like some bullet hell games will put in like random patterns, or like where they'll set them up and then everything will fly about randomly. That's not fun, because when it's random, you can't use the really sort of simplistic part of your brain that's good at identifying patterns. You have to use the more rational part of your brain, which has to try to like really kind of suss out what's happening. Oops. And that's not what you're trying to do. You're basically trying to meditate. Like I'm here right now. I'm just like whoop 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 whoop. and I'll kind of sink into my chair, and I'm sunk in my chair. I'm sunk in as far as I can in my chair. I'll kind of like everything just sort of it feels honestly kind of like being high. Like whenever I smoke weed, this is sort of what it feels like. Is just I forget where my body begins and where the chair ends. And like, oh, this guy's going nuts. Yeah, and that's what you're trying to do, you know. It's also kind of like like you know when you're kind of like tired after work and you wanted to go to the grocery store, but you zoned out and accidentally drove all the way home, and then you sort of like wake up and you're like, oh man, I wanted to go to the store. That's kind of the state that you're trying to get into when you're playing a bullet hell game. You know, you let your automatic brain sort of think. You let it do all your thinking for you. Oh, these little bullets are crazy. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm taking little steps. Yeah, and like, because like a lot of people will try to play video games like to relax before bed, things like that. And it can work sometimes. Like I'll try and do, oh, this is a nice pattern. This is a good one. Because this really lets your, like, like the part of your brain that's just like, oh yeah, I got this. I understand this. A lot of people will try and play video games like kind of to relax after, before bed or after work or something. And it doesn't work so well because video games are kind of stressful sometimes. Whoops. Like I have a couple of grand strategy games that I'll try to play sometimes, and they're great like when everything's going well, but then like someone will declare war on me, or I'll make like a dumb mistake, and it'll like cost me. That's you know, most video games are actually really stressful, unless like you've played them a lot. In which case they start to get kind of boring. But a bullet hell game, this one lets you zone out. Like you just like if I even when I just start to like not talk, I'm just all which is great. Oh, I love this guy. He's like, hey, how are you? Hey, do you like spiral patterns? I love them. He's like, blah, blah, blah. I love the little red dots. I love spiral patterns. Everything's great. So, you know, like that? How about if I do more of them? He's so friendly. He's like, you like bullets, right? That's why you came to play this bullet hell game? Here, there's tons of bullets. Oh, maybe not the green ones, huh? How about purple bullets? They do the same thing, but they're purple. I love this guy. Oh man, he's so happy. Yeah, that's why I love bullet hell games. They're not as dangerous as going into autopilot in a car, and they aren't getting high, which I don't know. I just don't really like getting high. Whenever I get high, I'm always like around people, and when I'm high, I start to get really, really stupid and say just like really like dumb shit. Like mostly off-color jokes is how I get when I get high. So and that's if I get too relaxed. If I want to not make an ass out of myself, then I have to sit and be like, don't say anything. Don't say anything stupid. and then I'm just sitting there like focusing really hard on not talking, which is one of the least sociable things you can do. See, I don't know, man. I also like freak. Ooh, I also like Okay. This is where we got to go into the zone. I also freak out sometimes. I get really paranoid. Like one time I thought that my two friends, because they were, because my two friends were talking to each other, I thought that they were like, I just got like really paranoid, and I thought that they were like conspiring against me and trying to mess me up. Like, I don't even know what I thought they were gonna do. Like not even like rob me, just like be douchebags. It's like they're conspiring to be douchebags or something, and and so I freaked out. I don't like being high. I like being drunk, but not high. It's not for me. There's nothing I can do about that one. But going into meditative state from bullet hell games, that's a party of one. I don't know that bullet hell games would make a great multiplayer experience, but you know, you can. Oh yeah, these little walkie bullets. I should probably use my little power-ups. This is getting. I feel like the better into my zone that I get, the worse that I do. All right, so we got these little guys who go in little arches, and ooh. Oh no! All right, I'm just that guy. I wanted to kill him. Boop. Oh, he didn't hit me. Oh, you know what's another really important aspect of bullet hell games that makes them good is it's really important that you understand where the hitbox is. If you're not like a big video game guy, the hitbox is where, like, if a bad object touches you, what's a bad place for it to touch you at? Like I think her arms are safe, so it's like, oh, hold on, yeah, it's like you can kind of see it where like some of the things aren't hitting me. Like her hand is safe, right? It's really important to know where the hitbox is. In a lot of games, it'll be her, like any pixel of the character. In really bad ones, in really bad games, they'll draw a box circumscribing her so that like it's just a square parallel to the screen, perpendicular to the screen. I don't know how you'd say that, where all the sides are parallel to the sides of the screen, and fully encompassing her. So like areas that aren't her, where clearly she should be dodging, get hit. That's a really bad hitbox. And other hitboxes, like in a lot, one of the easy sort of things to do in games. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Is to kind of take like an average. So you draw like a rectangle that has the same amount of area as the character takes up. And that's like video game standard. That's the standard hitbox in video games. And you can do that with a bullet hell game. Oops. But the most important thing in a bullet hell game is knowing the hitbox. So this game very politely gives you like this thingy where you go in like bullet time, I think. Is this bullet time? Am I in bullet time right now? I thought this was supposed to be bullet time. I don't know what this is. Or is it shield? I don't know what the fuck this is. But in this sort of when you hit this, whoop, that little yellow. I'm moving slower. It's not. What's the point of this? I don't know. I thought this was supposed to like. I thought this was like a bullet time thing, but that little yellow box, that's her hitbox. They just straight up tell you. And it's an option to like turn that on all the time. Maybe it's just like, oh shit, here's some really tight shit. Yeah, like that. I guess that's just what it's for. It's just, hey, what's my hitbox? Here you go. So yeah, it's very, this game very politely just straight up tells you the hitbox is where her ass is, and they show you like the little thing, and that's awesome. That's really good of the game to do, because that's the most important aspect of bullet hell games, is knowing the hitbox. Anyways, we'll continue this. I'll try and actually beat this. You know, I'll get to the end. I'll get to the end guy, and then we'll fight him and beat him next time on the show. Bye.